Hi, everyone. Welcome back to OutTalk, the official Outlaugh Madhouse companion podcast. I am Will Morrison,
And I'm Will Tempfer.
and we are your hosts for this podcast where we'll be recapping and talking to the contestants and judges and hosts of Outlaugh Madhouse. We are on episode 6 tonight, A Night in the Auction, and we are back in our noisy little room.
I'm so excited. I love the auction. It's absolutely chaotic. I can't wait to see what these contestants won and lost for their performances. Yeah.
The already seeing costumes based on getting here in the green room. There's definitely just there's energy in the air, especially because for the auction challenge, which is out for a merge tribe main game, two Madhouse contestants, Elsa and Emily, get to participate because of their advantage. So they could win immunity and really shake things up in the votes.
Yes. Yeah. So if one of the LF contestants win immunity, then that means that the 6 people who are still in the game none of them will be immune. So votes could go anywhere.
Yeah, and the way it'll work is so there's going to be the 6 regular contestants split up into 2 groups of 3 with one of them in each of them. So it's like Franco, Alex, Elsa, and Christopher, then Judy, Macy, Emily, and Loie. And we'll just have to see how they kind of compete with each other. And just I don't know. We're getting close to the end. We're at the point where alliances will most likely have to start breaking.
They have to. We're down to 6.
Big moves will need to be made. People will have to be thrown under buses.
Oof. And I can't wait to watch.
Mm-hmm. Okay, and we're here now with one of the Madhouse contestants with the advantage to play in our auction tonight, Elsa.
Yes, hello.
How are you feeling getting to shake things up in the main game?
Oh, very good. I still have some revenge to plot, so hopefully I win and I get to vote for some people.
Yeah. This is exciting, right? Because between you and Emily, you could win immunity, and that would take immunity away from the contestants that are still in game. Make them wait. So also, I can't remember. Did you guys participate in the auction that happened?
Yes.
Okay. So you and we'll wait till the show to reveal if you lost some privileges or gained some privileges for your performance, but
whatever it is, I've made it work to my advantage.
Okay, great. Very excited.
Yeah,
I'm very excited.
And I'm assuming there's a lot of strategy going into all of it because I'm sure you and Emily both want to disrupt a little bit.
Oh yeah. If you've seen, her costume amazing.
Yeah,
I cannot wait.
And anyone's wondering, when I arrived to the theater, I just watched a random wizard wander out of asylum and onto the street and kind of skip down the sidewalk a little bit.
Yeah.
And I was like, who the fuck is that?
It's one of ours.
One of our magical beings. Yeah.
I was like, I hope that's one of ours, because if it's not.
Have you discussed with others what people may have won or lost?
A little bit,
Yeah.
'cause I'm curious, and yeah, there's some people that got what they wanted, and I'm super happy for them, and
because there's also things that you could basically give to others or take away from others, and so we'll find out who.
There are a few. I'm excited to see some of the disadvantages they get, how they're gonna work with it, because everybody's so funny, so it'll just be mayhem.
Yeah. Because I was able to participate in this challenge last season, and I couldn't speak. I couldn't have any tech. I didn't have any props, and I got confined to a chair. So,
Oh my God.
so I got pretty screwed. So we'll see
That's so
how
funny.
fucked over some of the other people are. But that's because I put all my money on a clue to an immunity idol.
That
And
makes sense.
unfortunately, the immunity idol that I won a clue to was in someone else's possession.
Did the chair have to have all 4 legs on the ground the whole time?
Yes, and I couldn't get off the chair at all in any way.
Because I was the way I would have been using that chair like a turtle.
Yeah.
I had people in the audience heckle me. I gave a script to some friends of the audience to heckle me.
Okay,
You
that's
got
smart.
crowd work at least.
So yeah, it was like crowd work, and it was like they were reading off a script to insult me, and then at one point in the script they were like, "Why is Elias like he didn't write all these for himself?" So yeah, it was great. It was a lot of fun. So yeah, I'm excited to see
that's what we get to look for tonight.
Yeah.
And we hope you do well. I want to see the Madhouse people successful.
Me too.
No shade to the like regular tribe.
Yeah. But we want drama. Yeah.
I just like want to see. I want to see a big shakeup happen.
Me too. I've had a few people come in. They're like, "Hey, so, you good?" I'm like,
I know. I love this. I just love this the way that the Madhouse is still kind of like in the game and influencing the game. So it's really exciting. Yeah.
Especially because we also in the like regular tribe have such big like a couple powerhouses left. And I feel like the Madhouse may, while you all like each other as friends, might have some butthurt feelings in there.
I do like it. The stakes for the Madhouse are high, but as we saw from the duos challenge, it was like everyone isn't out to get each other because they're all kind of in the. No one's being eliminated further. It's just sort of like getting back into it. So everyone should get a fair shake. No, so that's why I love to see. Yeah.
Totally
Cool.
Okay. Well, thank you.
Thank you very much.
Okay, and now we're here with one of our co-hosts, the Phantom of the Opera's mistress, the Bachelorette.
I'm ready for a night at the auction.
Yeah, what are you looking for in an auction?
Romance, tragedy. I want to hear an aria that makes me weep.
Whoa.
Okay. Now we have a lot of like players may have won and lost things already. You know, the auction already took place, right?
Then what are we supposed to watch on stage?
The performance is
I brought my auction glasses. I'm wearing my Phantom of the Auction earrings.
Oh, I think you're thinking opera.
Yeah.
No, that's where you buy stuff.
Sure.
Okay,
That's right.
And that wouldn't be very fun to watch.
Okay, yeah, this makes sense now.
This makes sense. I'm getting it.
Yeah.
Getting it. Yeah.
Well, we have a lot of exciting, like, potential, like, I don't know, drama today with two of the Madhouse contestants competing in the auction challenge against the regular people.
If Emily or Elsa win this challenge, they could block an immunity and they could vote, which means they could not only steal someone's safety, they could steal my heart.
Wow.
Yeah.
The stakes have never been higher.
Steal it right out from underneath one of the other contestants.
And I know everyone's very passionate about me.
Yeah.
They're a little shy. Nobody's reached out to me or tried to talk to me one-on-one. No one has stolen me for a little chat, but I think it's because they're intimidated.
Yeah, we have been noticing you have not had any of your one-on-one dates this season.
No, and I was called up on stage a lot last week, only to not be chosen by one of the contestants.
Yeah,
couldn't help but notice that. Yeah.
At least last week you did get married while Jared got a thumbs down.
Yeah, not a fan favorite, that Jared fellow. But I did marry a man ostensibly named Buff. I was told his name is Buff.
His name is Buff, yeah.
I will say,
how's your marriage?
Well, I have not seen his birth certificate, so I'm not confident what his last name is and therefore what my last name will be.
Yeah.
I guess I don't know where he is.
Yeah.
But I have heard he works for Uber Eats.
Yes.
In the corporate office.
And this is not a sponsorship at all. This man just said his name was Buff and works at Uber Eats trying to get it in new restaurants. So
if we are to believe it to be true.
And if anyone has information on where to find Buff.
If someone could scour LinkedIn, I myself will not because it is cringe.
Yeah.
Let
the Bachelorette know if you find him.
Also because they can see who you search on LinkedIn.
I refuse to search on LinkedIn. I refuse to ever.
Anyway.
Yeah.
Thank you for chatting with us, Bachelorette.
Nice. It's good to see brothers getting along.
Okay, and we're here with one of our merged tribe members, Loie. You came off of a rather dramatic week last week, to say the least.
Yeah, every week feels that way.
Yeah. First, you won immunity in and it caused the entire thing to turn over on itself, apparently live on stage. And then you came in like almost high for the second tribal. How are you feeling going into this week's challenge?
I think I feel really excited about the challenge. Like, I think this was a week where I was like really feeling the confidence built of like writing new stuff the past week. So I had a ton of fun, and like obviously Chris Gethard is like an alt comic, so that's like up my alley.
Yeah.
So
Well, how did your auction picks go then?
I
you win?
wanted props, and I got props.
Okay,
So
congratulations.
that
Oh
was
my God.
really all I needed, because I was like, sound effects, I can use my mouth or whatever. And so I'm doing a Western sketch. So it'll be
Okay.
fun. So yeah, I have some fun props, a fun little costume I look really cute in. And yeah, it's gonna be fun. And the second one, I just like literally spent an unhealthy amount of time making this video. And yeah, so
Yeah.
we'll see.
For anyone listening, we have an interactive videos challenge coming up for the second half that we don't know a ton about ourselves. So we're excited to see everyone's challenges. And for people who want a reminder, alt comedy, when we say that, it generally refers to gays, girls, or weird.
I love the official definition.
The official of alt, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, that's like, we have two Madhouse contestants, kind of in there competing for immunity. So this could be an incredibly dramatic tribal. So we'll see. Yeah.
I will say both Elsa and Emily are people I feel on great terms with, and I really, enjoy. So, I haven't like really spent time, campaigning with them, but I'm hoping that like, we can, that will be, I don't know. I'm playing a very vibes, very emotions based game. So I'm like, the vibes are good. So I feel safe on that front. Don't really feel the safest overall if anything crazy happens with the silent auction. We obviously don't know.
I can't wait to
Everything
see
that
them. I'm
goes
so
on.
excited.
The mysteries. We don't know if the spaghetti is really just spaghetti.
Have you chatted with a few people? Have you found out?
I
Have you
know
found
a
out like
lot
what
of
people
things.
have won? Okay.
Yeah. I don't feel like I should like.
No,
say,
don't say so. I'm just curious if you have been kind of like feeling it out and seeing what people have or have not.
Yeah. And honestly, before we made the auction bids, I kind of was texting people and being like, hey, like, what are things that you want more? Like, what are, like, I want this. Like, can we not, like, have to be, like, throwing our money at things if we know one of us is, like, putting their full bank into it? So,
I love
it's
that.
nice.
Yes.
And, again, obviously, I was like, hey, everyone has to play their own game. This is what I'm doing. This is what you're doing, and not everyone can get everything. So.
Yes, we love a healthy mindset, and it's also you're doing all you can on your end. That it is partially up to the judges, Chris and Janani. So
yeah,
can't wait to see.
Yeah,
I'm
thank
excited.
you so much.
All right,
Bye.
Okay, we're here with a special member of the Merge Tribe, our last of our two-time Outlaw players, Alex.
Yeah. We're in the final 6. This is also where you placed last season, and also this is the auction week, and you've also participated in the auction before. So
it is auction week. This is when I got voted out last season. So I have been
no pressure.
not sleeping at all this week.
Okay.
And just like nervous. Last auction, what I did is I really like kind of spread all of my bids out everywhere, and it resulted in me just having like no parameters at all.
You had like free range.
I had free range. You were the one. You had to sit in a chair and say nothing.
Yeah.
And I was like,
but you could speak freely. You could use as many props as you wanted. Or how many? Yeah, what was your tech cues? Or was your prop?
I could use props and I could use tech cues.
So I don't know if you don't want to give too much away here. Did you approach the auction differently this time around?
I definitely did, because the thing is, like, as free as that was, it was really like it didn't stick out as far as other.
You needed like some parameters to give guidance to make it special, kind of
some guidance, and then also because I think there were no like restrictions. Everyone was just like, all right, well, entertain us. Like, did a normal thing, Everyone else had to be really creative, think outside the box, and I was like up there. Like, I think I got some solid laughs, but at the same time, I was kind of like, wow, I really I think I missed the mark on this, So,
and I understand, like, that's the thing. We all wanted to perform freely, but then you being the only one to perform freely, you're like, well, wait a minute, like, this is really.
It sounds great, but it doesn't really like pay off.
So, did this outcome give you a bit more of a challenge?
All my money, all of it, maximum amount of budget went to spaghetti.
Oh, okay.
And that was it. And
Because you want to see if there's an idol in there.
that wasn't why I was thinking about it, but I was just thinking
he's just hungry for some spaghetti.
I was just like, I don't know. Also I filled it out right after my an audition that I had. And like I was so brain dead after that. They were like, hey, we need you to submit your thing right now. And I was like,
Did you submit it once or twice?
I submitted like 3 times. And every time Jared was like, it's wrong.
It's wrong. Oh, your math was wrong?
My math was wrong. I was walking around Central Park, you know.
Yeah, you were trying to do it in a hurry.
Yeah.
On your phone. So did you win spaghetti? Or something? Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay.
That's
Well, we'll see what you do.
It's hardly a spoiler because we're about to find out in 5 minutes. But yeah, okay.
It was my first time doing a character monologue ever, actually.
And you'll be presented the spaghetti on stage. Does anybody else know? Is this a secret?
I think some people know. I know where it is now. Apparently, it's well seasoned, which I appreciate. You know. So
have you discussed other wins with other people, other parameter? I don't know, other.
I know loosely some. I think Christopher. It sounds like Christopher has the highest hill to climb. I don't know. But we'll see. I don't know if they've revealed anything to you guys.
No, I mean,
We don't know much, but how do you feel about Emily and Elsa from the Madhouse being a member in it? Do you think like is it going to mess up tribal council for you?
You know, egg on my face this whole season, and I feel really bad. And like I've kind of found myself on the bad side of votes throughout the whole season to the point where I'm just like, I don't even know if I can make eye contact with these people, you know?
No.
So Emily and Elsa joining in like are 2 people that I voted out, and I'm just kind of like, I feel nothing but love for them as people and extreme remorse as like a game player. You know? So it's like, them being in, I'm just kind of like, I didn't even like have the emotional bandwidth to process that possibility.
Sure.
And I'm gonna be really
sorry to bring it up to you now, right before your performance.
Yeah. Sorry.
Honestly, I was talking to some people. I was like, I really like. I'm happy the last couple of weeks I've been focused solely on the challenge. You know?
Okay.
And like this one especially, out of my comfort zone. Both of them are really out of my comfort zone. So I'm kind of like,
okay.
Well, what are you gonna?
And that's exciting.
We
can't wait to
we
see.
love that.
Sorry. Yeah, good luck out there.
I call that the Christopher Marucci method.
Ooh. Okay. All right.
Shout out to Christopher.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, we are here with one of our judges from Survivor 45.
Yes. Great.
Janani, Jay.
Hi.
Welcome. We're excited to have you as one of our judges tonight. So we have our silent auction. Is there anything specific you're looking for from our contestants when it comes to things?
Ooh, okay. I have a couple of thoughts. The first is I love anything meta. So like I love people who play with the format. Give me a bribe. Like, I don't mind. Like,
Okay.
you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
it's not like when I watch Survivor, I'm like, wow, people who are not afraid to like play the game.
Yeah.
I really love that. And then on top of that, when it comes to just the humor of everything, I feel like my humor is very absurdist. So sometimes like I'm laughing because it doesn't make sense. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so I think like people who are not afraid to get weird and like take big swings, you'll really be rewarded.
Okay. I love this because your co-judge, Chris, is also like in all comics. So I think like you guys have a similar mindset on who you're looking for, like, or what you're looking for in tonight's comedy. And I think with a lot of like the parameters that these comedians are performing under, you're going to get a lot of really weird, funny stuff. I'm excited.
Yes. Yeah. We have a lot of comedians this time who, even if they are like regularly just a stand up, they are not afraid to do weird things on stage, which is really good for the show. Can be embarrassing for them sometimes, but
I love that. Like, don't be afraid to embarrass yourself. Dude, like when we're going on Survivor, the producers are like, are you scared of embarrassing yourself? And if the answer is yes, like often you're not considered because you're going out and like you want to make a big impact on the viewers. So like same with the show. You know, I feel like I embarrass myself 4 times a day. You know, I love it.
Great, that's great. We're looking for just embarrassing.
Embarrass yourself, please.
All right.
Okay, any other questions?
That's all. Thank you. We're excited to see what you guys come up with. Yeah, out there.
So excited.
Great.
Okay, and we are here with our other judge for the evening, Chris Gethard. Hi.
Thank you so much for joining us. We're so excited to have you.
Me, yeah.
So we are going into kind of like a weird, absurd challenge. It's an auction, contestants kind of got a bunch of parameters they bid on and are getting weird things back to see what they're going to perform. Is there anything you'll be looking for judging wise?
Mostly, I just find this entire show very stressful.
Yeah. Oh, and they're stressed.
Yeah, it seems very stressful. I've been friends with Jared for many years, so I was psyched when he asked me to do it. He's asked me a bunch of times, and the timing finally worked out. But the whole idea of competitive comedy where people get voted off seems stressful, and the fact that I'm a judge at the core of that process is stressful. And I felt bad because I showed up in the green room and they all went silent, and I think they all thought I was spying on them or Jared was springing a trap of some sort. I really just wanted to eat my salmon bowl.
As time goes by in this show, every week, like when the contestants meet the judges, like they kind of like want to really like bribe you a little bit, but then as weeks go by, they do that less because they're like, they don't want to give an impression that they're trying too hard to please you before the performances. Yeah.
So mostly I feel bad.
It's backfired. It's backfired a lot. So like that's probably why we haven't getting a lot of but we'll see if we get any bribes tonight on stage.
I'm not above it. I'm not above a good bribe.
So, what are you looking for? Are you looking for a bribe? Are you looking for maybe
listen, man, we're open for business. The store's open for business. People come at me with bribes. I'm all ears. These can take on many forms. I'm way open for business. I'm here for one night, and I think it would be interesting to have a corrupt judge who's proudly and openly corrupt. I don't know if that's happened in the history of the show before.
I will say a lot of judges this season specifically are accepting bribes.
They've accepted the bribe, but not granted immunity to they bribe them. So I mean,
so I get the immunity. I don't even know that much about the show.
Yeah. So you'll be judging
and they vote each other off.
Yeah.
So I can save people.
You're saving people.
Yeah. So you're doing the good work. You're not doing the stressful work. That's still up to them. And
so no pressure.
Yeah.
No. It's their life on the line, not yours.
Yeah. I'm just mostly excited to see comedians perform under the heavy cloud of psychological duress.
And there's a lot of duress tonight. Yeah.
They've been bringing it, so we think he'll be pleased.
A lot of comedians are thinking outside the box tonight, so I'm really excited for you to see.
There's definitely someone dressed as a wizard in the other room.
Yeah,
we hope so. We hope that they're a contestant at least in tonight's show. Unclear.
We'll see.
I've talked to the wizard a few times and still don't know.
Thank you for chatting with us.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
Thank you.
Okay, so as you can see from our faces, we just watched some crazy gameplay.
Something crazy just happened.
But we have to first recap the challenge.
All right. I took pictures because there's a lot of parameters at play here. So we went 4 and 4 with the auction challenges. And a reminder that in each group of 4, one of them is a Madhouse contestant. So in our first group, you're better at recapping it.
Yeah.
You do it.
So the first group was Franco, Alex, Elsa, and Christopher. Elsa was our Madhouse contestant playing. So the rules for Franco were that it was a game show genre. He had to do a set as himself, not as a character, no tech cues, no props, no crowd work. And he basically ended up just doing stand-up about the game shows. There was a good Howie Mandel. It was
great. Honestly, like he covered a lot of game shows and stand-up is his wheelhouse, and he wrote like fresh jokes for this, and they were great.
They were new jokes. They were good. It was a solid set. I will say, just playing off of what that came afterwards, though, was hard to get immunity.
That's the thing. Like he played it safe. He played it in his wheelhouse. He played it safe. It was very funny, but like, like that we need energy and stuff. So but and also, unfortunately, going first is always the worst spot. Yeah.
So up next we had Alex, who got got romance with 3 minutes, had to do set as a character, was given spaghetti, no other tech, no other prop other than the spaghetti. So Alex plays a guy who brought spaghetti to an orgy.
Worst guy at the orgy. He was the worst guy at the orgy.
Who may or may not have been named Jared Laxer. I will say there was a funny stretching bit. There was a funny do vocal warm-up sort of bit. It was good. It was it was very funny. There was like a narrative arc to it. There was like a spaghetti eating section. Alex really really went into this challenge smart and worked hard.
And just to say it, last season, the big prop was a popcorn bucket, and at the bottom of the popcorn bucket was an idol. And we do not know that Alex did not dig into that spaghetti on stage and pull out anything, pull out an idol. So we don't know if anything's in there or not.
Yeah.
Anyways, moving on.
Next, we had Elsa, who had film noir, had to do crowd work, but no tech cues, no props. So Elsa did a full character set with an accent as Kitty O'Shanagan or something, whose husband was recently murdered by kitchen knife in a library, and her crowd work was going to people to try to solve the murder, but she basically started asking them for dating tips, and like it became clear that she murdered her husband.
It was great. She did crowd work in character. It was very
Yeah,
fun.
it was fun.
Noir, like Vixen. It was very, yeah.
It was very much something that like I would watch as like an hour-long solo show at Edinburgh Fringe.
It was very fun.
Yeah. And final for that group was Christopher, who got the worst version.
The most parameters, the most restrictions.
The genre was silent film. There was no tech cues, no props, had to do set as a character, no crowd work. You had to do your set from a fixed position on stage, aka a seat, and then it was also in the dark. So
Yes.
Christopher, they played a individual who was tied up to a chair trying to escape, did a lot of scooting, falling over in the chair, never leaving the chair technically, but did stretch the boundary of what seated fixed position meant.
Yeah.
It was definitely funny. There was like a huge commitment element.
Yeah. So then when it came to the judges, they said that they both respected the comedy of one and the physicality of another. So it was between Alex and Christopher.
Yeah, and it was the fair choice. This one, Jay ended up making the final choice, and it went with Alex, who well-deserved immunity win.
And Alex needed this. This was Alex knew that he was going to get votes. Also, Alex placed 6th last time. This was the 6th place. Like Alex really felt, and we just talked to Alex, so
yeah,
Alex felt he really needed this.
Yeah. So then next up we have the second half. So we had Judy, who had a horror set, with unlimited tech cues, and then had to do set as a character. And it basically was a parody of Edgar Allan Poe called Edgar Allan Poe. I will say there was only like a couple tech cues. There was a lot of sounds, one visual. It was funny. It was a very sexual telling of the telltale hump, where the clap of Judy's ass cheeks from being murdered in sex followed her.
Great. This was again characters in Judy's wheelhouse, and she's just really good at adding kind of the extra puns, especially to like Edgar Allan Poe.
Yeah, it was fun. It was high energy. The audience loved it.
Yeah.
Next up was Macy, who got reality TV, had to do set as a character, no other like tech cues or props. So Macy played Marcy, a live reality show comedy competition contestant who realizes that she may actually be in a jury duty type TV show on Amazon Prime, like Jury Duty or Company Retreat. And she starts like accusing everyone of being fake, including Charlie, who she's known since college.
Yeah. It was great.
It was fun. It was
Jury Duty is very current. Yeah. So like this is the idea that this whole game show is
it was fun. It was good. And the next up we had Emily, who had a fantasy set with, you had to be in character, had to include a puppet, no other tech or props. So Emily played Gandalf. Emily was also the Madhouse contestant for this half, but Emily played Gandalf, and her puppet was Merlin, who followed Gandalf to work that day. They're brothers. They argued a bit. It was really cute. It was fun. Very like children's theater vibes. I enjoyed it. There was some weed jokes that were funny.
Great.
Yeah.
Very fun. Yeah.
The puppet voice was
I do love this concept of like a wizard doing a puppet bit with a puppet
wizard.
Yeah. Of a wizard. Yeah.
It was good.
Yeah.
And last but not least, we had Loey, and he did a set as the big outlaw of the Mild West. So rather than like having a gun, there was a banana to try to make sure to share potassium with people. Loey did a heist at the bank for all of the pens and lollipops. It was like similar to Alex, big arc, lots of props, just like so many props. Very funny. Real crowd pleaser. And this time they really singled out both Judy and Loey as the like high energy marks for the show.
And then ultimately chose Loey for immunity.
Chris chose them. Then we got to tribal council, where at this point, so Loey and Alex both have challenge immunity. Then Franco reveals that he also has an immunity idol. Judy reveals she also has an immunity idol. They haven't played them yet. So then they go to vote. And everyone votes. And at this point, when Jared asks who has the immunity idols, Macy
reveals first
that she has a secret immunity. Then Franco plays his immunity idol for Christopher, and Judy plays hers, leaving Franco the by default person voted out of this tribal council.
And so let's talk to Franco next.
Okay, so we're here with Franco, who just played himself out of the game as a sacrificial lamb of sorts.
Before we start, for the Survivor fans out there, Franco kind of went out in an iconic way. One of the most iconic players ever, Suri Fields, got out on Game Changers with a advantage Armageddon, where she was the only one vulnerable to votes and had to go home by default, despite there not being a single vote against her in tribal. And so Franco just ran the same way. Not a single vote for you, but unfortunately you were the only one that was eligible for votes by the end there.
Yeah.
After you were trying to do a good deed for an ally.
Yeah.
Was this like was it an impulse move, or was it thought out ahead of time?
So I heard through the grapevine that Macy had an immunity idol. I saw Alex and Loey.
Yeah,
the immunity.
We figured Alex and Loey were going to receive votes if they weren't safe tonight. So okay,
yeah, for sure. Then I knew Judy also had an immunity idol, and then I just got one from the last challenge.
Okay.
So I knew going in, like, hey, my set might not be the funniest, but I need to do these. I was given phrases that I had to do in my set in order to obtain the immunity idol. So that I was like, okay, this might not be the funniest, but I have to do this because it's getting down to the wire.
Yeah.
So as soon as I got that, I saw everyone else had the immunity idols, and then I was like, okay, I need to act like I'm going to use it on myself, so no votes go to me, and then give it to Christopher, because I know the people that are aligned with Macy and Alex. If anyone's voting with them, they're going to go for either Christopher or not, right?
Yeah.
So I didn't know everyone was going to play it.
Yeah, we kind of felt Judy was bluffing too. Maybe I felt Judy was bluffing. Yeah,
but also I was like, a part of me knew, like, yeah, they're all gonna play it. And I knew Macy. I was like, it's only a matter of time before Macy does.
Yeah.
I know Macy felt the heat. There was no way.
Macy's idol was not public. You just sort of like heard about it, but it wasn't okay.
Exactly. But I'm like, there's no way with the heat. Like, we were hot going into votes.
I mean, we watched as everyone was going, like, people were chattering on stage. I saw Judy and Macy chat, Alex and Macy. I saw like Christopher and everyone.
Yeah. I look back and I just gave Christopher a wink and I'm like, we're good. Like, don't worry about it. We're good.
Yeah.
I got you.
Yeah.
That felt very movie moment. You know
it did. It was very like, you went out on your own terms.
Yeah.
And it was,
your alliances were too strong. You're like Franco. I mean, like, that kind of puts in perspective that I mean, like, you could have gone to the end and won because you had strong allegiances, strong alliances. Yeah, I don't know, man.
Let me say that in like traders, they always talk about playing an honest game, playing an honest game, but it's like a strategy game where even the faithfuls have to lie to each other. And you just played like the ultimate honest game, actually, because you went down with the ship.
Yeah. That was, that's I felt that. I was like, that's got to be that's the only move. So once I revealed it, I'm like, all the votes are gonna go to Chris, so I have to.
Yeah.
All the votes are gonna go to Christopher, and I gotta pick up the violin.
And there's votes, and those votes are secret. We don't know, guys. We don't know those went down with the ship. We don't know where the votes went. That's so we're going to next tribal, not really knowing kind of like
the lay of the land
targets could be. And our judges are just as devastated.
Yeah, the judges were audibly reacting to how stressful and real it felt.
Actually, Jay, on her season, she went home from a really devastating, like all the votes were going to go on one guy. The guy ended up being saved from a shot in the dark, a dice roll. And then, so then they had to reconvene and vote her out. So I think she's feeling some PTSD from your play just now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Chris is just stressed out.
So we will let you go. Do you have to do the Madhouse challenge?
So I have to say 2 things. One thing I was gonna say out on stage, but I legit got emotional.
Okay.
Was not expecting that, but like, it's gonna start happening again. But fuck it. Just being in this competition and meeting all these people, it's just given me so much. Like I was just in a tough place with just stand up or just creatively, period, and then this really pushed my boundaries, and like I learned a lot from a lot of people, and I couldn't be more proud than to do that moment, to have that moment, and to be like, yo, like fuck it, like you guys take it from here. You know what I mean?
Played a great game.
Yeah.
Played a
You
great comedy game. You won a lot of immunity.
Yeah, you really pushed yourself. It was impressive to watch.
Yeah.
It's also just been like a great time getting to like know you a little bit as a person.
Yeah, I mean everyone's
Great.
super cool, and awesome community. Also, the second thing that I will say is that my video challenge, I was up till 6 a.m. Editing and like learning how to do new things with editing. And it's gonna be really awkward because it all relies on, like, more than half of this video relies on me showing the idol as a play.
Okay. Yeah. Well,
So this is gonna be an awkward 2 minutes. I'm gonna commit.
Okay. Well,
all right.
let's
go. Thanks for
thank
chatting
you
with
for
us.
chatting
Franco.
with us. And best of luck
Yeah,
in
thanks.
the Madhouse. Okay, so we just saw the Madhouse and then the main game interactive video challenges. They all had the same challenge. The Madhouse did have the added difficulty that everyone had to balance a pickleball on a paddle during their sets,
Which is great. Like,
Yeah.
I like that because Jared and the Bachelorette saw that the contestants were throwing the challenge, so they made it basically a game that they had to actively participate in to not lose, so that
Yes.
everyone could, which is great because they're playing the game.
It did help a little
Yeah.
to get like just more interesting gameplay going.
They were focused. They were focused.
And people were dropping. You can't balance them. As it went on, they started adding tennis balls to the paddles as well, so people had to balance 2 balls at once. Good game design, Jared and the Bachelorette.
You ate with this one.
Yeah.
You ate.
The Bachelorette may not have found love, but she did find game design.
Oh wow. Congratulations, Bachelorette, on game design.
Now the challenge was interactive videos, so the contestants were able to like talk on stage, but that had to be with the video. Carrie played a doctor in the pit who was trying to respond to a Jumanji situation going on.
There was a Jumanji situation happening. A patient was Jumanji'd, and there was a lot of good laughs there.
Yeah, it was
really
good.
Surprises. Yeah.
Next up, we had David doing an interactive video where he kind of narrated a lot, like did commentary along to a live video of his mother's coworker giving a eulogy at his mother's funeral, where the coworker was talking about burrito. Like, it was nonsense.
It was so funny though, because it was like, imagine a stranger or like someone that your mom knows at your mom's funeral talking about they stole a burrito together. Very funny.
I've been in this situation. It was my ex-husband's brother's funeral, and some people were saying like inside jokes, and I was like, this makes no sense to me.
Yeah. Very good, very funny.
But the next one up is Charlie. Charlie did a guy doing an AI workout. The AI workout was on the screen behind, and the AI kind of takes over.
It was getting more sinister.
Yeah, it was getting evil. It started off trying to get Charlie to take clothes off. Then it was like, okay, punch yourself,
and then
kill a dog.
Yeah.
Which we said in unison.
Yes, those are brothers. Yeah, those are brothers.
Anyway, the next one was Rachel, who played a podcaster with a mic that makes her sound like an old Chinese man, like a Chinese uncle.
And then Chinese propaganda being like flushed into it as well.
There was like
Great.
music propaganda. It was funny. It was very like specific. It was good. The joke that Rachel would talking to a mic and out would pop out like Chinese propaganda instead of her normal voice.
It's great. It was great.
Next up, we had Dan, who brought in an audience member as a participant and was like, "Let's just watch this video of an amusement park ride, like we're like on the ride. We've all done that before."
They sat on the chairs. They were just like going up when the roller coaster was going up, and then ads.
Yeah, ads interrupted it, and then the skip button started to like move around screen, and then it started being a Jared from Subway ad, which was
skip. Yeah. But it was great because it was a great use of the multimedia. Like like Dan really made this video from start to finish, and yeah.
Next up was Franco's it was kind of like an ADHD brain. Then he stops himself to give himself a pep talk. He like ADHD brains again, and then reveals that he has an idol, which he had just played for Christopher.
Yes. And since he didn't have the idol anymore to show off, it wasn't a reveal. It was even funnier because like
it was funnier.
He doesn't have the idol in his possession anymore because it iconically was played for someone else, and now he's removed from the game and into the Outlap. In the Madhouse. Oh my gosh.
And then next up we had Emily, who was playing Princess Leia, wanting to do a retake of the Obi-Wan Kenobi message from A New Hope.
And getting notes.
Yeah, getting notes from R2-D2. And then R2-D2 also got so offended when she said that R2-D2 might be dating C-3PO. Ultimately, it was funny. I thought it was good. I enjoyed it.
It was good, yeah.
Elsa then did a message from Elsa from the past, but the Elsa from the past doesn't understand that's just how time works.
Right. So President Elsa's like, I don't know if you know that, like, that's not how it works.
And none of your predictions are correct.
Yeah.
It was very silly.
Yeah. And then after the challenge ended, before the judges picked their winner, it was noted that Carrie and Elsa never dropped a ball. So they either together or separate.
They get an advantage. They get an advantage. We don't quite know what the advantage is, but the Madhouse winner gets to decide who the order is next week. And that goes to Dan, who, as someone else who has also been voted out twice during a season, the hurt feelings will be there. So, Dan, fuck them over.
Great. I mean, yeah, that's the thing. Dan winning Madhouse Challenge of the past, won another one, and shake them up.
Yeah, do it. And next we had the main challenge. They were also doing interactive video. Obviously, there was no pickleball side of this.
Yeah.
They got full focus. So Christopher first came up and was like on a video call with kidnappers. He was also playing the kidnapper who was explaining the kidnapper was like, "Oh, we took your son." And Christopher was like, "What son?" And it was stolen from his accidental pants.
Yeah.
And then the kidnappers created the son in a test tube. It was like it was very Christopher.
Very Christopher, very good with Christopher's like high energy, like you sick fuck. So even more intense. It was
brought in some Kim Possible references. Always love those. As a genderqueer person, Shigo is representation for me. Next up, we had Loey, who plays a video game version of the book If You Give a Mouse a Cookie. But the mouse, as it goes through this game, develops a drug habit and invades the home and starts not taking no for it, like takes over the game.
Yeah, and you can't say no because then you'll lose the game. So you have to keep saying yes to the mouse. So the mouse is just taking more and more advantage of the house.
And eventually the mouse, if you say no, the mouse just stays anyway and brings dogs.
It's incredible use of the multimedia platform. Yeah, Loey really killed it with this video. It was like the most design
video of all
of them. Yeah.
Next up was Judy, who did it was funny and it was sentimental. She did a bit where she talked to her pre-transition self.
She got a call from her dead name.
And she kind of like, they have like a heart-to-heart. They talk about like where Judy's performing, like how Judy's life has changed. It was funny. There was laughs a bit of the way through. And then Judy did a bit where it was like, and stay away from that drink. So Judy's sober. I'm also sober. That's one of the reasons me and her have been like friends outside of the game.
It was funny and sentimental.
Yeah, it really got me. It was good.
Yeah.
Next up was Alex, who played a man who was searching symptoms on WebMD. And WebMD was like, you have cancer, which been there.
Yeah, all of our worst fears about searching our symptoms on WebMD.
And then WebMD starts to talk back and cannot, like, I don't know, plays with Google. And then ultimately Alex is like, okay, I'll go ask AI. And AI is like, well, you'll die in 8 days, which also makes sense for AI.
Rip. Sorry.
And lastly, we had Macy. Macy did kind of a TED Talk style thing of acting lessons with her younger self as a child actor, where she auditioned for a Nickelodeon Dan Schneider project.
Incredible opening joke of hers at 8 years old saying, I am Macy reading for the untitled Dan Schneider project,
which was incredible. And then there was a bunch of other embarrassing content around that, being a child actor.
But then we just got worried for Macy for auditioning for
yeah, honestly.
Incredible laugh. Yeah, biggest, yeah.
So then the judges really did take a minute to talk. And Jay and Chris, they came up and they were like, we're going with something a little different. We're going with the sentimental, the moving aspect, and Judy won immunity, which is good because she just played her idol.
Yes.
And then we went to tribal. Honestly, could not tell what was going to happen. I think multiple people flipped votes for who their alliances.
Just like we were curious about, what we thought is that Loey and Alex needed safety. Yeah. And since Loey and Alex got safety from first tribal, we thought they were going to get votes tonight, and they sure did. It went 2 votes Loey and 3 votes Alex.
Yeah, so Loey narrowly missing elimination again, and Alex will be talking to him in a second. Okay, we're here with the 10th person voted out to join the madhouse.
Yeah. Careful. You're getting emotional. Oh my God. I didn't know you guys.
Sorry, I downed a Coke Zero.
Just voted out.
Alex Yang. Well, you made it further than you did last time.
But there's some opportunity to get back in the game.
Yeah. My initial thoughts, ultimately, I want to, like, it is a game.
Yeah.
100% not personal. You know, I don't take it personally. You gotta do what you gotta do. Honestly, these people who voted me out probably had the guts to do what I couldn't do, you know? Yeah. So, hey, credit to everybody still in the game. And it's just rough. It's a rough time to go.
Yeah.
So what are you gonna do?
I mean, you were on, like, the last 5. You all just did really strong performances with the interactive videos. Like, I was genuinely, like, there weren't necessarily like one way above the rest. Everyone had like a moment that was good. Your WebMD bit was very relatable as someone who also Googles things a lot.
Yeah. I've sworn off like Googling symptoms, because I'll be like, I have that. It's just like, does your left arm feel numb? I'm like, I don't have a left arm. I need to go to the hospital right now.
Yeah, that was relatable because I did last year. Just Google and WebMD both symptoms and then things wrong in my apartment, and I convinced myself that I was both dying and that my apartment was about to fall apart.
Nice.
So you're very relatable.
I mean, you had a great episode. You did get immunity in the first
I got
half.
immunity in a time like everyone had immunity.
Yeah,
everyone needed immunity because you got immunity, but you didn't, as far as we know, have an immunity idol, so you needed it to be safe.
You won immunity.
You won.
That's a big difference. You had a really strong challenge with the auction.
Thank you.
That romance thing of being a Jared Laxer bringing spaghetti.
Thank you.
And just like you said, like you wanted to kind of switch things up in the auction to kind of give yourself a better chance of creating a better piece of material, and you did, and you won immunity for it.
Yeah,
so congratulations.
Thank you.
And now you get to go focus on being in the madhouse because you're not out of the game yet.
I know. And when will this nightmare end?
I know.
About like 2 weeks.
In 2 weeks. Realistically, 1 week when I'm just a jury member, then I'll be fine.
Yeah.
But I'm not. Here's the thing. I'm not gonna roll over and die. I'll give it my best shot. I'm assuming it's gonna be like they have 3 minutes to do whatever they want, and Jared's gonna hear this and he's be like, well, fucking, now it's not going to be like that. Now I'm going to change it up so that Alex doesn't think that he has the over on me.
The stakes are the highest. The stakes are the highest they've ever been.
I think Jared should pull what he did last season, where he gave the, let's say, nearly impossible challenges that were quote unquote improv to the contestants, where they were just maybe quotes that didn't set up a scene.
Yeah.
Who knows? See if they can do a challenge.
Jared doing improv is a lot like my parents trying to start conversations with me.
Oh.
They're just like, Canada. I'm like,
And
what about Canada?
yeah,
What about it? That's a word, not a starter.
sure is.
Yeah, that was me just saying Jared's been giving y'all better challenges than we got.
Yeah, we'll see. Well, we still did have that one challenge that was like weekend update on the fly, and I was
Yeah.
like, well, what's happening here?
But yeah. Any other last thoughts?
You know, what are you gonna do?
Mhm.
I'm you know, no person, not personally, not taking that personally. So
Yeah.
yeah, it was good.
Yeah.
Honestly, my elimination was overshadowed by the craziness
Yeah.
of Franco's elimination.
So Franco, how dare you?
That thunder, it was like all the thunder taken in one jar ran off, and I'm like, all right, well, here's a little static shock.
Yeah.
He got serene. So
Yeah. Well, thanks for chatting with us.
Thank you guys. Hey,
Absolutely.
this was like the best part of the new season.
Sure is.
Yeah.
Sure is.
See ya.
See ya.
Sorry, that was too hard.
Ow.
Okay, and we are ending the show talking with our wonderful hosts, Jared Laxer, much less jokes about you tonight, and the Bachelorette. How did you both feel about what was...
How did you love the auction?
Yeah, the auction. How did you feel about the auction?
I thought I was dressed for a beautiful night out at the auction, but it turns out I was dressed for a funeral of a brave man who sacrificed himself.
I mean, you are in all black, which is good. Do you still not know that opera and auctions are different things?
I watched a tragedy in 5 acts tonight, so I think I'm still in the right here.
Yeah, that was more dramatic than Riz Ahmed's Hamlet. So, Jared, how do you feel as host watching someone seemingly impromptu sacrifice himself on stage?
It was. I mean, I hate to borrow the phrase from RIZGOD was God baby, but that was cinema. You know,
Yeah,
the way that it really unfolded, the way that Judy was like, "I gotta play my, maybe I don't, maybe I do," and then does.
Yeah.
You know?
It could have got if either Judy or Franco showed the idol but didn't play it, it could have gone so differently.
I just want to say too, since I know the game mechanics of Survivor, I'm like, and we kind of were talking about like, oh, people are saying they have idols, whatever, blah, blah, blah. I know the game, and I was saying to you, oh, this cap, and you're like, well, you're overthinking it. And
Yeah.
no, I was not overthinking
Well,
it.
you overthought the fact that none of them fake played the idol.
I think they were all, they said that before the votes are read to maybe fake play it. But then once idols started going out, you had to.
The two of us and NJ were arguing the whole tribal councils.
Also, traumatize our guest judges. They were not expecting a tribal crazy. Yeah.
Well, and for this specific scenario to happen is so crazy because we had 2 extra players who could have won immunity. The players who won immunity would have had to win immunity because the idols are dispersed. This game is so confusing and nobody's given me a rose. We had roses 1 week and now there's no roses and now Franco's gone and everyone's sad.
Yeah. And unfortunately, we are getting dangerously close to a cast that mostly. Actually, I guess there's a mix of attraction to women and men there, so you still have a chance.
Oh, remind us, what did the Madhouse winner win this?
So the Madhouse winner, Dan,
yes.
Dan gets to choose the order of both sets next week.
Okay.
And so that means he gets to choose the order that the 10 people in the Madhouse will go in.
Okay.
For next week's roast challenge. I don't think I said
Oh,
exclusive where the roast the Madhouse people can roast each other and us and that's it. And then the main cast can roast each other and us and that's it.
Oh, okay. So Madhouse can't roast main cast can't roast Madhouse.
Good.
Correct.
Okay.
But the Madhouse people might have to prepare some jokes in case they win. For the main and the main cast people are gonna have to potentially prepare a joke for all the Madhouse people, not knowing who's going to play in.
And that's hard.
And since it is the second to last show, is this going to be where the final opportunity for a Madhouse contestant to get back into the game?
This is the final opportunity, and that's what's going to happen first.
Okay.
So next week, we're going to go from 4 to 5 and then have our final 5 travel council.
Okay. And then 2 other players did get an advantage from the
dropping the
game.
ball.
Yeah.
So I'm guessing that will somehow assist them in this roast battle.
They'll get some extra time. Yeah.
Okay, great.
And it might be interesting to see what Dan does with his advantage because he was sort of wronged by a lot of the main game players.
And Dan and I have this in common as basically two people who have been voted out of seasons twice. And I did already give this advice while we were recapping. Dan, if you're watching this, fuck them over.
You heard it here. I do want to say that the Bachelorette, you have been contemplating what you're going to make for the roast, and I do fear we're getting into another confusion area.
There was a full spaghetti dish on the stage. Please don't bring a full roast.
Well, it would be a vegetarian roast because I don't eat red meat. And it's important to me that my partner is also health conscious and environmentally conscious.
Yeah.
Either way, we're going to be eating next week.
And I think that is where we're going to call it.
We'll see you next week.
Bye.
Thank you all for watching or listening to OutTalk, the official Outlaugh Madhouse companion podcast. I am Will Morrison. I am the producer of said podcast. I produce it along with my wonderful co-host, Will Tempfer. I also need to shout out the show. We have 2 more weeks left at Asylum, New York City. It is Thursday nights at 8, so come on out. We have some big Survivor names being judges coming up, so you want to make sure you come in and watch those things. Outlaugh Madhouse is produced by Jared Laxer with the help of the Bachelorette, who may or may not be Elle Rochford. And yeah, thank you all for listening. Rate, review, subscribe, follow the podcast on whatever platform you are watching or listening. Thank you.